your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, a calm night across central Illinois, but we are watching thunderstorms out across portions of eastern Iowa, eastern Missouri, and falling into far western Illinois. We'll see if these can hold together as they work their way to the east. I really think for the most part, most of you probably will stay dry, but places maybe like Jacksonville may find a few storms out there. Upper 80s, but it still feels like 97 with the humidity, so a very muggy evening here across central Illinois. Temperatures here through tonight will be down into the mid-70s by around 11 o'clock. We'll come back, talk about the severe weather threat for tomorrow coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
A man is accused of killing a woman before leading police on a multi-county chase. What we learned about the victim today.
He said there's quite a few of them.
There's a problem in one central Illinois town, what some say has gotten out of control.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
It was the most emotional day so far of Brent Christensen's trial. Jurors heard tearful testimony from Ying Zhang's parents. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. Jennifer is off tonight. It was a tough day for the jury that will decide whether Christensen gets life in prison or the death penalty. 2 weeks ago, Christensen was found guilty of kidnapping and killing U of I scholar Ying Zhang in 2017. Today, her father took the stand. WCIA 3's Aaron Eads is live in Peoria, where the sentencing phase of the trial is happening. Aaron, emotions got so intense today, a juror had to leave the courtroom.
Yeah, Jennifer, she went to the bathroom to cry, prompting the judge to call for a break. Zhang's father, Rongao Zhang, broke down on the stand. We saw a tearful video of his wife describing their daughter, and for the first time, Brent Christensen himself looked down and cried. Ying's boyfriend and brother both testified, saying her death changed their lives forever. Her dad described her as outgoing, hardworking, and generous. When he started to cry on the stand, Christensen also broke down. During a video of testimony from Zhang's mother, she said, quote, "How am I supposed to carry on? I really don't know how to carry on without her." Rongao Zhang echoed that same sentiment. That wasn't all we heard in court today. Federal prosecutors played several recorded phone calls between Christensen and his wife and parents while he was in jail. He asserted his innocence, calling the accusations against him political. He then told his then wife he was concerned about the recordings his former girlfriend Tara Bullis made of him bragging about killing Zhang. Knowing they would be played at his trial, he said, quote, "Think of what the news is going to do with that. I'm not going to look good." And speaking of Bullis, we also heard a recording of a phone call between Christensen and his ex-wife from just 2.5 weeks ago. On June 19th, the day Bullis was scheduled to testify, Michelle Zortman called her some choice words, saying, quote, "I hope she passes out up there and has to be carried out of the courtroom on a stretcher unconscious." Christensen fought back laughter and told Michelle he couldn't comment. Prosecutors have been trying to show a lack of remorse. Now, they are expected to rest their case tomorrow morning. Then the defense will make theirs, starting with Christensen's father. That should kick off several more days of testimony. Live in Peoria, Aaron Eads, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Aaron, thank you for that update. We have a follow-up from a story from yesterday now. First-degree murder charges are expected to be filed tomorrow against a man accused of killing his on-and-off-again girlfriend.
That's right. Devin Barger is in custody in connection to Samantha Cushing's death. She was found dead inside a home in Shelbyville around 8:15 yesterday morning. The Shelby County coroner says she likely died between 2 and 6 that morning. Today, people who knew Cushing are sharing more about her. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in the newsroom. So, Courtney, do they know how she died?
Well, Paul, I just talked to the Shelby County coroner, and he said that investigation is still happening, but they do expect to know sometime tomorrow. He told me Cushing was found inside the home after police were called there for a possible incident. A wonderful person with a big heart who loved her daughter. All things used to describe Samantha Cushing, a graduate of Pana High School. The 22-year-old was found dead inside this Shelbyville home. Friends say she was 6 months pregnant. After she was killed, police tried to stop her on and off again boyfriend, Devin Barger. Barger was out on parole at the time for charges of firearm possession, aggravated battery against police, and fleeing police. Barger led police on a high-speed chase, starting in Effingham and ending in Taylorville. He and Cushing's 3-year-old child was in the car at the time. Friends of Cushing told WCIA about concerns they had involving her relationship with Barger. Luke Massey said, quote, "It's just frustrating because I wish she got away from him when he was in prison, and he shouldn't have even been let out of prison with his violent criminal history." Another brought up similar concerns, mentioning, "One of the last real talks I had with her was me telling her not to get back with him when he got out. She always told me she wouldn't, but I knew she wouldn't be able to stay away." And I did reach out to Dove Incorporated. That's a place in Shelby County that provides services for victims of domestic violence. They couldn't speak specifically about this situation, but they said they want to remind people that reaching out for help is nothing to be ashamed of. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, thanks. Barger is due in court tomorrow. He had been on parole since December 2018. The charges he had been on parole for date back to March 2017. A man was found dead in his car in Edgar County, and the coroner says it was most likely because of heat stroke. A homeowner was letting 66-year-old David Long live in the attic of a home on North Jefferson Street in Paris. Temperatures in there could reach 140 degrees during the recent heat wave. Long would leave the attic and sit in his car to escape the heat. He was found unresponsive in that car last week.
Decatur police are investigating a beating that sent a woman to the hospital. That woman was found unconscious on North Water Street in Decatur late last month. Police have yet to release the identity of the woman or any suspects. They did say the last time police visited her in the hospital, she was able to hold a conversation. The Macon County Sheriff is looking for a suspect in an animal cruelty case. Police say Dalton Skinner beat a dog and left it near death in a bathtub. He pleaded not guilty to aggravated animal cruelty back in April. Skinner did not show up to his court date in May. The Macon County Sheriff's Office does not have a lead on where he is. The Sheriff's Office took care of that dog, and it has since been adopted. A woman in Douglas County says one area is overrun with cats, and she wants something to be done about it.
Yeah, the Douglas County Animal Shelter says it doesn't have enough space to hold strays in the area. It's asking for the community's support in Arcola to get the animals off the streets. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is here. So, Jamie, this is a big problem.
That's right, Paul. When we were there, we only saw a few cats, but workers at the shelter say they have so many cats come in that sometimes they have to just take some home just so the animals have a place to stay. A woman I spoke to said her neighbors have seen dozens near a plant in the area. Douglas County Animal Shelter says they have had complaints of cats near Littman's manufacturing plant. But it's not just there, it's all over the county. The shelter has 6 kennels. They have anywhere from 9 to 10 cats. One woman says her neighbor has seen as many as 50 during the winter.
She's been buying giant bags of cat food, said that they multiply, they have little kittens, and that they put giant piles of food out for them. And she said there's quite a few of them.
Douglas County Animal Shelter says they want pet owners to have their cats spayed and neutered to control reproduction, and there's something others can do to help. Adopt. They want people who have the space and want to take in a cat to think about doing it. They could really use the support. Back to you.
All right, Jamie, thanks. Now, Douglas County Animal Control says it usually sees a spike in cats and kittens this time of year. It says it's an issue shelters across the country are experiencing. A man went to the hospital after his car crashed in West Champaign. It happened right around the I-72, I-57 interchange in Champaign at 1:30 this afternoon. State police say the man was carried away on a stretcher and taken to the hospital. No word on how badly he was hurt. State police were not sure how the car crashed or the circumstances involved.
A familiar face from Champaign's finest is retiring. Sergeant Thomas Frost was sworn into the Champaign Police Department back in 1991. He's been a community policing officer and hostage negotiator. He was awarded the department's highest honor, the Medal of Valor, in 2005. Today was his last day on the job.
It's a store people have been asking for years. What might just become a reality as early as tonight.
And also tonight.
It would be great to have the basketball tournament back here.
And a lot of people believe that could happen. What the future holds for IHSA Boys Final Four and its possible return to Champaign-Urbana.
Another warm day. Look at the high temperatures on the almanac. 88 going back above the average mark. Nailed that low at 64. So overall, fairly typical summer-like day. Look at the haze out there on the Roofing Dog INET Flooring America weather camera. So when we're going to come back and talk about the severe weather chances that we may be dealing with over the next few days, that's all coming up next.